Okay, I'm done monkeying around with this thing. I'm sorry. I just had to do that. Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Tarbus. Max of Max's Models here, and I finally got the Monkey's car, the Monkeesmobile, pretty much finished. It does need one more shot of clear coat, but I'm waiting for the Mark Fit decal solution to finish setting on the decals. And speaking of decals, one thing I need to warn you about is obviously the easiest way and most natural way to pick up a model car is by the doors. And with the Monkees decals are on the main doors, you will wind up grabbing them and sliding them out of place or something unless you make them the very last thing you do. So be forewarned about that. The model, you guys are probably already familiar with the sad saga from last night, but I wet sanded it down, got the Tamiya TS49 red, and after I'd wet sanded it, I reshot it, and it came out looking actually quite acceptable. Not perfect by any means, but okay. And this is the model that would not quit fighting. It's not a complex kit. Things fit okay, but I got just a little out of order on one thing, and that was I had forgotten to put in the tail light reflectors, but I figured they're drop-ins. It can't be that difficult. Well, I wound up, one of them just dropped in without an argument. The other one, I had to sand it and file it. For some reason, it wouldn't fit, and when I gave it a little pressure, and it popped the rear bumper piece loose, and I wound up having to make a quick patch on that, and that was just kind of embarrassing. Trickiest thing to put on, of course, anytime you're dealing with chrome on acrylic, so the rear view mirror onto the windshield was a little bit of fun, and those clear quarter windows are a little tricky to get on. You're going to want to be careful with those, but overall the kit's pretty straightforward, and most of the problems were just of my own creation. The one thing that was disappointing is the top seems to be warped on this one, and it may just be this one, and I've been twisting it and flexing it and trying to bend it to shape, and it doesn't quite fit the way it's supposed to, and it's a lot straighter than it was, but you can probably see it's still got a warp in it, so I'll be working with that. But the kit itself is going to look really good on the shelf. I'm not going to show you any more pictures. Kind of already given it away, but this will be one of my entries in the Karmer build. And there are a lot of iterations of this car. They're the two original ones that Dean Jeffries made, and then there was one of the originals that was reimagined, I guess you could put it, or redone by George Barris. I don't think Jeffries was ever terribly thrilled with that because he put the white interior in it and it wasn't originally white. A lot of things like that. And you guys are probably, if you're car guys, you're probably already familiar with the Dean Jeffries, George Barris relationship. As they would say on Facebook, it's complicated. And anyway, and there have been a couple of copies of the car. I watched a couple of interviews with Dean Jeffries about it, and there's actually a magazine article. I think I saw one on eBay for sale, about a 3-page magazine article in one of the hot rod magazines that actually shows some pictures of him modifying the car. And it's a stock GTO. Apparently, as I understand the story, and you guys can comment down there, the head of public relations at, I guess it was at Pontiac, gave Jeffries the two blue GTOs to modify. Yeah, he thought to promote it, but apparently the upper echelon of the corporation that were way above public relations, that were not involved in that decision-making process, were infuriated. I guess they were afraid of how it would affect the image of the GTO because they'd invested a lot in that. And I'm like, so the guy, the head of PR, almost lost his job, but I think he retained it. But anyway, point being that there's nothing happens in a bubble. There's so much more to this car than ever meets the eye. And I've mentioned it before. It's personally my favorite Hollywood car. And the original one that Jeffries made, the intakes and all that stuff on there was real. And that thing would pop a wheelie, and Mike Nesmith of the Monkees said it was a terror to drive. Of course, they were musicians. They weren't hot rodders. I'm sure any real hot rodder would have loved it. But so the next one, they took all that. It was all for show, and I think they put a regular carburetor on it. But anyway, The original one had the black dash, and this is the #1 car, which was the one that had the monkeys painted on the door. I don't think you ever see monkeys painted on the door of the car during the actual show. It was all in the promotional stuff. I could be wrong on that. So anyway, a lot of history to this car, a lot of fun. It was a good build, warts and all. The windshield frame, I decided to go and hand paint with chrome silver acrylic instead of trying to use a metal foil. To me, it's just a little bit easier. And but I'm real happy the way it looks. I'm very happy with it, and I've gotten a lot of good YouTube mileage out of the mistakes. So you know what, this has really all been for fun, and I've had a great time. And well, that's what I got for tonight. Tomorrow I'll probably start working on some other stuff. I got to go back to work soon, so I'll probably be reducing a little of the output for the next couple of days. But my buddy Ken, who was on the live stream with me a while back, is coming up this Saturday. We're supposed to go to the shooting range and take out our shooting irons and punch some holes in paper targets. And then he might be able to make the live stream with me Saturday. January, I don't have any weekends off except for one where I'm going to be down at the Deezerland model car contest and show and everything. So probably January, there might not be any live streams unless you guys want to do one in the middle of the week. But I know you guys have, a lot of you guys have jobs and everything. You can't break loose. So we'll see what we can work out. But so this could be the last live stream for a while. And maybe not. We'll see how it works out. Schedules change. But anyway, guys, that's what I got for tonight. I hope this video is finding you in good health. And take care of yourselves. Have a happy holiday season. And as always, model on.
Shine. We were born to love one another. This is something we all need. We were born to love one another. We must be what we're going to be. And the way it could be is shine. We were born to love one another. This is something we all need. We were born to love one another. We must be what we're going to be. And what we have to be is free. Love is understanding. We gotta be free. Love is understanding. We gotta be free.
Here we come, boom, boom, walking down this. Souls. I goes to the hobby shop today after having messed up my model Monkeesmobile. And the shop owner says to me over at Hurricane Hobbies, "So, you monkeyed up your car." Don't know how that particular witticism got past me, but kudos to him for thinning it. So now I got some red Tamiya paint, and it's time to go fight with the paint.
I regret nothing! I regret nothing! Too fat to run.